Dude, where did I put it? Oh, well. Welcome back, my most ethical light and love crew. Angels of love and light, I welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, my work, my health and wellness, and that of our children's. Thank you again in advance for being on point. All right. I am rereading the work environment. What is going on? We're going to make this a conversational event, okay? Even if it's just like me and my higher self, my upcoming self, my parallel universe self. Let's figure this stuff out, okay? While I quench my hunger. Hello, mysterious one. Yeah, so I've got to reread the room. I noticed a little bird told me yesterday at work while it was after my shift, after I took a nappy nap, after I did this and that, I was running errands. And what happened? So I had to stop into work again to pick up something that I was going to build. And the vibe was completely different. The people that didn't normally associate with me, that were, well, let's just be honest, the biatches of the place decided to, one in particular, decided to engage with me like we were best friends. And I pretended like we were best friends just for a minute, you know, just because I was doing my own thing and I could just blow off. You know, it's not even a big deal to me. But maybe I should be more careful with my energy, because understanding how methodical and strategic people are, it's like people are act differently. No, let's be honest, okay? People are acting differently when they're monitored. And it took me a long time for me to kind of get out of that vibe too. So anyway, it was an adjustment for me, even as honest as I would like to be, or make the effort to be. It was a struggle. So anyway, that's what happened. People are getting super duper close to me, like almost grazing me. Just because when I'm off the clock, I'm no longer protected in a certain way. Or that's what they perceive. And so they try all this nonsense in tapping into my energy. Stupid. It's stupid as a stupid move, let me tell you. Okay? I don't have to be well behaved here for prospective employers. Okay? People are going to hire me if they want to hire me, and that's it. They should know. I make myself well known enough. Wait a second. Let's intro the Tarot of Sexual Magic. It was the most accessible one that is that I haven't used in a while. That's a full deck. That's what you're using, okay? Jesus, what do you want to enlighten me with? Given the avenue of rereading the room, I noticed not just like the observations of foul energy and all the variances of that, but also I don't even want to talk verbatim about what was said, but a little bird told me that somebody quit, you know, in the department. And I noticed the patterns of anytime that someone is very fond of me in a way that they're noticed to help me, or not go against me, they're outed. They're outed. It's like when you are hired in a strong position in the hierarchy, and you're perceived as like some sort of like you're not going to follow their agenda. There's some form of disloyalty, some question about your credibility, because you're not going to go along with the sheep. You're forced to resign. That's exactly what it is. So I kind of felt that once I heard about the news. Okay, 8 of Cups. Yeah, forced, like they're outed, but it's done in a polite, like behind the closed doors type of avenue, where they have this talk with HR or whoever the network is. And they're like, okay, we're going to do it in this method. Like, it's kind of like a life occurrence or certain thing where you can step out without, without us putting you on blast. What is it? When you get respectfully discharged from, military or something like that? There's something similar to that. But yeah, you're forced to resign. Or you take the liberty of opting out because you're not gonna fuck with somebody who like target somebody who doesn't deserve that BS. So we're not going with victim mentality, but this is just an observation of what's going on around me, and I'm showing the truth every bit of the way. Like, there was this one time somebody didn't want me, like, he was leaving, and he was like a high fiver. He was, I don't know. He said it was like a life occurrence, this and that. And he wanted me to check on a certain order that he had placed. And he went exclusively to me. But it was in a different area, like, I don't know, kind of like pulled aside. It wasn't in a normal avenue of askings. And I asked him what his last name was, so I could check on it. It was a legit question. I wasn't trying to pry, but he hesitated. He did not want me to tell me. He did not want to tell me his last name. So that's when he realized he had to go to somebody else in order to grab his order. So that was a clue in. But that's a clever man. So I think it was a clue in to detail out the mechanics of what was happening. Okay, so these two, it came out like that. So let's pop up these two cards first. 4 of, no wait, why did I see 4? Oh, because it's the next one. Okay, Page of Pentacles, and then the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. And today I thought the energy was going to be different because, dude, I had an early shift yesterday, like 5:45 in the morning, and they left me. That was the opening shift, like the opening shift, and they left me to do it by myself without any heads up, any warning, and just me, just all of me. I was never trained to do that, and I didn't freak out or anything. I was just pissed because why would they put me in such a position without giving me respect? Like, supervisors are supposed to do that. Like, I got to be paid to do these jobs, and I'm not an asshole when it comes to certain things like that, but I know how things run there, and dude, I don't ask for much. Just some courtesy, like, don't siphon my energy. That's what happened today. All today. And this is what happened yesterday. Let me tell you, it all started yesterday when I started noticing this BS. That groups of people, customers, in combination with people that don't normally conversate, so it was like employees and customers, and like they were rounding up around me. And I could feel it. I could feel the focus of their energies and their ploys to like put me in this situation, put me in that situation, so I'd be distracted as to not being like, so that they could further latch into me. And once, okay, so it happened before, but this was more so aggressive. It was so aggressive that at a certain point, the lights of the whole like warehouse situation dimmed down like 2 to 3 levels, and it stayed there. And that's when the focus became very harsh, and I started to throw down, and people started, I mean, I've done this before when people bullied against, you know, in the ethers with me. And that's how people like would, you know, call out sick or leave early, like unexpectedly, like it's completely out of their character too. They would get all of a sudden very, 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 very sick. They would, and so it's just not cool. Just not cool. So I think that's when this guy realized, this one that just recently left, quit. I think he realized what kind of BS was happening there, and he wasn't for it. Yeah. So anyway, however they rationalize, you know, however they publicize what happened to people who had left, I know. So let's take a look here. But it was so significant. The symbology, like I was given that specific sign to show that there was all of that stuff going on, and I was burping like crazy. Holy smokes, I was burping like a mother. It was just like, it wasn't just like, how do I say, it wasn't cute burps. They were like I like bleh. It was like that a lot. There was a lot of rumbles. So I knew, especially when I visited during my off hours to take care of some things. I knew that they were fucking with me. So yeah, that's what had happened. So my energy, I thought things were going to be a little different. I have not worn this skirt in the longest time. Let me tell you. Oh shoot, hold on. I like a couple of decades, okay? Because I got it when I was maybe like in my 20s or something like that. And so it, hold on. Oh, that's where it is. So it's cute. Look, it's cute, isn't it? Like I woke up at 8 a.m. and I got, I think it's like Trip NYC, and yeah, so I just threw this on together, and I don't know, I was called to wear the skirt. I haven't worn it in a long time because my ex got very angry at one point, and so he took a pair of scissors, and this is a time where I didn't have furniture or anything like that, so he would target things that were like the most valued to me. And I remember this was like my first like Trip NYC thing. At the time I was like very, very into like punk and all of that. And this is yeah, so it was like one of the higher priced things like that I had at the time. And he stabbed it, cut it all, like you can still see there's like still holes in it. That's why I have a pin here. But I sewed up the larger parts that were severed. And so I thought, oh, okay, it's cute, it's still Halloween, I still wanted to hold on to it. But I don't know, I don't know, I felt I was supposed to wear it today. And test myself out to feel if I felt anything different. So it just kind of reminded me of the current BS energy. Because after I found out that somebody had left, they said, oh, they might be increasing hours because this one person had left. And that's what I hear. And so I approached my supervisor, and she said, oh, yeah, go ahead and, here's, get my number and text me, and then I'll look at the schedule and then see. But she was like, I might, and she was rolling her eyes and this and that. And I was like, fuck, just tell me you don't want to extend me. I was so polite. I was so eager and polite. I'm ready. I was like one of those, just to kind of make it easy, save face. Like, you got to dish out hours. You got to make shit happen. I'm open. And she pulled this bullshit with me. And so I texted her like she wanted to, and I fucking professional typing, short and sweet on the, like, dear so-and-so or hi so-and-so, next paragraph, dude. She didn't respond, so I saw her this morning. And I said, hey, I didn't know if you, I don't want to, put you on rush or anything, but did you get my text? I know that, with new texts, sometimes they kind of fall to the wayside, so I just wanted to make sure that you knew that I texted you, etc. And she's like, oh, yeah, I got it this morning, and yeah, I got it. Some people, like in occult magic or whatever, they want to give, how do I say it? They build traps, or especially if you have an alter ego or whatever, separate life, they trap you into divulging personal information. But they have it, some rule in the ethers or something like that, where they have to get your free will to permit to divulge your personal information. Like my name is a form of an intro, like an opening. What else? That's the most common one. Even though my name is fucking right here. Let's not get triggered, okay? And my phone number, yeah, that's one of them. Why would you ask me, give me instructions as a supervisor and not even respond to any of it? Not playing games, I swear. And that's messed up. And I could talk about her. I could tear her apart. I could read her just on those actions alone. And all of the other actions that carry on, that I see how she goes on, I could read into her character. But I'm not going to divulge it right now. I'm not going to divulge it. She forces me to? Oh, I will. But for right now, I see angel number 957, okay? 957 right there. We have the 7 of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords. So, what do you want to say about these, Spirit? So Spirit is just recognizing, just be patient with things. I know that there are some stressors out there, that things are just not completely coming into fruition right now, but don't stress it. I mean, you're stressing about it, but don't stress about it. Because there are others that are invested in you that take ownership over other things too. You're not just like a thing now. Oh, I see. Okay. So it's hidden here is the 10 of Pentacles, for sure. Okay. It's very, very hidden, just so that the jealous people won't get super, duper, duper, duper jealous. Or the people that don't ordinarily get jealous won't get jealous. Yeah. So, there, where's the rest of them? Oh, right here. Okay. I had to get that off my chest. It was crazy. So, I don't know if I just wanted to have a possible last hurrah with this skirt. You know, just feel out. I don't know why I was called to it. But, maybe I just wanted to remind myself of the changes, like the, how do I say it? Like, I romanticize wanting to have, like, a really great working environment. And then when it goes to shit, it's like, wow. Kind of reminds me of who did this. And so I think it's time to do away with this rather than reconstruct it, reform it, because I could easily sew it into something else. But do I want to work with that energy? I don't think so. Sometimes you gotta call it and just be like, I don't want to work with trash anymore. I don't want to work with trash energy. I don't, like, if they want a reformation, they're going to have to do it themselves. I'm not going to be invested in that. I got so much more going for me. And I really do. I just, you know, I just wanted to try. So 2 of Swords and then the Lover's card. Yeah. It's, you know, instead of like picking your battles, you pick your winners. You pick the good ones. So you block out the rest. Like, put on your blinders on. Like, I know what I've got that's good. Okay? Even if it's just like, even if it's solo, manifesting myself to like in full fruition. Like, I love myself. I'm good. I am good. And, oh, by the way, I ran into somebody also at work who found out that I do readings. And he was curious about them. And I was initially open to giving him like a quick, you know, reading, because he was very nice as far as training. And he just treated me differently than others when it came to that knowledge set. And what's the top? Why is it pulling me to the 8 of Swords? Why is this kind of like cornered, trapped energy? I don't know. I feel like this is kind of like I don't know why, a feral cat. Like, you know, when they're cornered and they're like out to fend for themselves and people approach them and all they've experienced was a very harsh reality. I don't know why I'm getting that for this. It makes me kind of forget what we were just talking about. Anyway, maybe I'm just going to let it go and let angels, if I'm supposed to remember, then let me remember. Okay, thanks. But, Yeah, even if it's just me, solo. This, yeah, so the guy, thank you. Remember. I wasn't going to charge him. Like, I didn't have my rates pinpointed. Like, I've done some research here and there, on and off, in the past year or two. I kind of eyeballed it. And I knew that once I figured out a rate that or the structuring, that it would sit right with me and that I wouldn't have to question it. And so it was, I didn't think twice about it. I was like, yeah, just, if you don't have a specific question, think of a category, etc. that you, and I gave him examples as he was leaving, and he's like, oh, okay, cool, I got it. And then the next time I saw him, there were things that had happened where he was avoiding me. Saw him again today, and I knew for sure he was definitely avoiding me because I had already thought of my race. So I know he's tapped in. I know he's tapped in. He's faking it to me. But I know he's tapped in because I already thought about. I realized I don't even really know this dude. I don't. I'm tired of the people that want freebies. Want it for, like, they have wrong intentions, and yeah, they have other agendas. And so when I realized I wasn't going to give it to him for free, that I would definitely charge him and no discount, that's when he started avoiding me. So I know. I was even opening to divulge my rates for real to him, and that's how I know. I know. This fucking liar. Because he told me when he had inquired, like, I don't know, I'm interested, but I'm kind of scared. And when I asked him to divulge a little bit more, to elaborate, he's just, I don't know, he's just like, I'm scared. And when people are like that, dude, I'm just kind of, it probably doesn't matter to you guys, but I am sorting through the material. I'm sorting through the material to flag, so I remember the next time I see these people. They're not to be trusted. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I know my starting rates. And number one, they're for people who really need the help and those that can really afford me. That's how it goes. All right, so Spirit, what do you want to say? Jesus Christ, what do you want to say? Okay. Knight of Swords, 5 of Swords, 8 of Wands, the Hermit, and 7 of Cups. Yep, Spirit's all for this. Jesus Christ is saying, yep, this is going to lead to some fast forward movement for you. This is a firm decision where you can definitely be proud of what you do. You have excellent, like, middle point is the communications card. At all angles, there's nothing to dispute here. Like, you can dig deep, Tina. You can seriously contemplate this for X amount of days, but the answer will always still be the same. Your starting point is your starting point, and don't judge that starting point for somebody else. Like, how do I say it? My rates are legit. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna. There's so many possibilities. Like, the legitimacy in it. Like, I realized in thinking, I take snapshots of these thoughts every now and then when they just come naturally to me, and then I just save them in the book for later. It's kind of piece the puzzles together, and I'm not given messages for no reason. So when I've done free readings before, especially with people who I thought were friend energy. And it was a great learning opportunity to be able to see how I respond. Not like just in the freaking delivery. The delivery was on point. But how much I'm tuned into the energies, even as I tap out of it, like even as I close. This is when I first began, okay? When I would close out the readings, messages would still come to me, especially when I would call upon their ancestors. There were so many messages, like in different facets, and some people's energies I couldn't really shut out at that time. So whether I intend, like when I start a reading or whatever, I just know how tapped in I am and how it affects me. Like I would, when I first started, I would catch on to the sickness of that other person that I was reading for, that I thought was friend energy. Yeah, it was very temporary, but yeah. So I'm not going to risk my health or any facet of myself. I'm not going to negotiate any of that. But the fact is that there are validating features of my channeling. And yeah, there's that. So, what else do you want to say, Spirit? Yeah, there's nothing else to say about that, really. I think less is more on that. All right, so, oh, there's people here. Okay, what do you want to say to the people here, Spirit? Okay. 3 of Pentacles. Oh, I work with you? Do we work together? Oh, no. Half of them had left. Oh, interesting. I wonder which job this would be. Would it be within the spiritual aspect, or is it the physical realm? Bottom of the deck. Ooh, it's a Hierophant. What showed itself? 4 of Swords. I mean, 3 of Pentacles could also signify school, too. Like, this is co-creation, so when you're in a learning atmosphere, that's bound to include it. Ace of Cups, High Priestess, Empress, 3 of Swords, and Temperance. Oh, this is very bullet-pointed energy. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Interesting. So these are either people within the same energy as I, or let me get one clarifier. Like, holy smokes, this is a great hand, let me tell you. Journey. I think it's time. I think it's time. Like, this whole time, I thought that my supervisor, she's not my boss, like, as we all report to the manager. But this whole time I thought she was kind of neutral. She did it, like, she's a really good faker. Let's put it that way, okay? Yeah, I would have to say if you look at all of the areas of sentience under her wing, I'd have to say that. Like, I wanted to like her. I wanted to romanticize, you know, that whole avenue. But once you know something, you can't really unknow it. So I don't think it's time for me to leave. But where time for me to leave. Okay. But I can't do that, Spirit. I got bills to pay, so do you have like a segue for me or something? Or what? Let's see here. Knight of Cups. Dude, this is like the same freaking story. Is there... Why is it the same story all the time? Like, why does it have to be like a love offer that saves the day, like chivalry or whatever? Because every time I believed in that, I got fucked over. Okay, Spirit? Just, they never came through. It was, they were always just pulling on energy, so... let's open the door, Spirit. What is it you want to tell me with this? Because... Two of Pentacles. What's the obvious? The Hierophant again. What? So, can we just like change up the energy? Because the Knight of Cups isn't so reliable. It's a false sense of security to me. That's what I've associated it with. So when I think of romancing, okay, we'll talk about the romancing. Okay, romancing balance. Okay, set rules for yourself. All right, okay, I could get that. Okay, so when we're talking about the romancing energy, romanticizing anyway, romanticize the essence of balance and knowing when to turn away from certain energies. Like this, I think this is just a time where because I haven't had very much practice with socializing, so it's practicing setting the tone. It's temperance on a daily, like, second by second basis. Yeah, that is what they're saying. And it's very subtle tones because I'm seeing T2 and then V, like it's 2 volt. So within the like absolute subtleties, romanticizing what that will manifest into when I become that. So for now, it's just about the practice, and who knows how long for now will be. Like it doesn't have to be like months or years from now. I really don't even think it's going to be years. I would say less than months. With how fast things are going, I feel like it could be even a matter of weeks or days. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, I think it's just that. Setting standards and keeping to that, like constantly putting that into motion. Like, I know that there's a perceived manager out there, or what do you call it? Perceived supervisor in my physical realm. But, you know, with at-will type of jobs, which are many, 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 you know, I'm still the boss of me. So, yeah. I think that's good, because if I can do that, that's what they're saying. Because of that earlier snapshot of running into that biatch energy. Yeah. I could do so well. I am gonna do so well. Okay. All right. We still got people here. Interesting. Okay. Perhaps it pertains to you too. Oh, I'm supposed to get those. I don't know what it is. 6 of Cups. Oh, my kin. Okay, so my kin is here. Are here. It's pluralized. I swear it is. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's this girl is observing her work. Yeah, she is. It's like 2 people kissing here. The print, and so again, it's romanticizing things. But anyway, she has her socks hanging out there. So something about, like, she got her feet wet. What the heck? Well, they're saying it all depends on how you play in the puddles. Like, are you like disgruntled about it, or are you like splashing in them, like actively jumping into them, targeting every puddle? Yeah, so there's something about the energy there. There's a time for everything, though. And now that we've experienced both realms, we're just sitting and waiting for those socks to dry for the next journey. That's what they're saying. 7 of Wands and 10 of Wands. What? Angel number 107 here. I was going to dismiss it, but they said to say it. I don't know why, but I'll find out later. Yeah, I think that practice about like the subtleties and balancing things out constantly, setting the tone, and owning up to that, it's going to allow me to claim so many stakes, rather than being in an at-risk situation. So there's something about turning back on people who are just not worth your time, on energies that are not worth your time. Because there's so much that I've got to do and that I'm able to do. Like, I'm fit for it. Yeah, so tend to the ones that there's a dual magnetism too. Yeah. Okay, closing. King of Cups. Top of the deck, the stars. What? Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. So I don't feel so bad because everything is staged for like an awesome delivery. You know what I mean? Like a successful one. You know that they're telling me this. You know that box when you're like purchasing something on Amazon and it's like you sign up for a subscription and you put, and I think you get like a minor discount or something like that, but you set like the reoccurrence schedule. Yeah, I think there's some kind of discount associated with it, but it's like with ease. There's something about that here. Yeah, so that I'm moving from a place that's very transactional to one that's developed, or we are, to developing firm relationships, like solid, ongoing. That's very good. Very good. Yeah, people that welcome us. Mm-hmm. That are not just like tolerant of your energy. mm. Yeah, I used to get really sad about that. I don't I don't I don't think I'm sad about it anymore. I'm more so confused. Like just a little bit about that. But what else? Queen of Wands. Yeah, they're definitely pointing to that 107. So 10 of Wands right behind the 7 of Wands. Yeah, that I absolutely have the higher ground. Drawing in a whole lot of attention. Like, I know the numbers are not big here, and it's okay. That's just like a momentary thing. And that's very aesthetic because, yeah, it just is. Even for you, too. Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So that made me feel a lot better. Oh, somebody wants me to stir their cup. What is going on? Okay. All right. I think that's it. Where's the thing? So, in reading the atmosphere, it is a-okay what's happening. It's part of the process of, it's like everything is a freaking, like this big Easter egg, like the Cadbury bunny egg, where it's just, but it's like more of like a box within a box, another box within a box. It's kind of like that. So, I'm not upset about what I had to go through to get to this point. I'm just happy it's not taking as long as it used to. Like, dude, just leaving that, the dissolution thing is just like leading me to the promised land. Like, I can laugh about it now because, like, can you imagine how I could have doomed myself ultimately. I would have never known the Tina that just came to be today. Oh, that makes me sad. Happy sad. Whew. All right. So it's time to do some grocery shopping. Oh, thank you. I just saw you said something. Compliment. So, thank you to all my sponsors and supporters of Divine Light and Love. Delivered, appreciated, employed accordingly, if not amplified. And more so amplified than these days than ever. before. Okay. Thank you for respecting my time, my space, my energy, my work, my health and wellness, and that of our children's. So, upon closing all portals, I send all energies back with their appropriate karmas due. Helping initiate that sequence of rollout. In light and love, I close all portals. Now, oh, there's the X